Welcome back to Cheeky Crypto Uncensored. Let's talk about something a little bit different today, guys. I want to take the chance here to talk about a project I'm quite big on, and it's a project called 𝗕𝗓𝗪𝗓. We will come over here to 𝗕𝗓𝗪𝗓's website. It's obviously it's a game, it's a Web3 game. It's something that really piques the interest. I think it should capture many genres. We can see the preview playing in the background here. To me, it looks a bit like Pokemon, but it's open world, and well, we can see what's going on here. There's feelings of Halo. You know, it looks like it is going to be an absolutely fantastic game, and we've obviously seen, you know, a lot of hype building around 𝗕𝗓𝗪𝗓 if you're into obviously the gaming sector and so forth, and I do think 𝗕𝗓𝗪𝗓 is going to go on and do fantastically well. When we jump over to CoinMarketCap, we can see the current price of 𝗕𝗓𝗪𝗓 at $83.67. It is up 2.45% in the last 24 hours. We can see the circulating supply of 3.7 million 𝗕𝗓𝗪𝗓 tokens of the total supply, 7.8 million 𝗕𝗓𝗪𝗓 tokens. Yes, once again, we have no max supply, but this is obviously a little bit different with it being obviously a gaming project. But overall, I'm very interested in the whole project as a whole of 𝗕𝗓𝗪𝗓. So we come over to this article here, we can see, you know, it's just talking about why 𝗕𝗓𝗪𝗓 is, you know, in my opinion, tipped to do well. The 𝗕𝗓𝗪𝗓 preview, everything you kind of need to know about this NFT game. 𝗕𝗓𝗪𝗓 is an NFT powered sci-fi fantasy world with cards, creatures and worlds to explore. So it's kind of like an overview, guys, an introduction as to what 𝗕𝗓𝗪𝗓 is, why I'm big on it and why I think it's obviously going to do very well. So we can see from the graphic here on the screen, it does give you very strong Pokemon style vibes, but you know, 2024 Pokemon vibes. The graphics here look absolutely fantastic. As we do scroll through, you kind of get a feel as to, you know, what is going on. So 𝗕𝗓𝗪𝗓, of course, is a sci-fi fantasy NFT game. There's 4 different worlds: 𝗕𝗓𝗪𝗓 Arena, the Open World, Zero and Beyond. While each of these titles are separate games, they do offer interoperability and cross-game rewards. So obviously we have to understand all 4 of these will be the individual separate games here, but you can obviously mix between them. 𝗕𝗓𝗪𝗓 team has also released its own Ethereum ERC20 token, ILV. We will get onto that one shortly. It has its own marketplace, the 𝗕𝗓𝗪𝗓. So if you're, you know, previous player, or you know, you were into Pokemon back in the day, you had the Pokédex, you have the 𝗕𝗓𝗪𝗓 here for 𝗕𝗓𝗪𝗓. There's also a community-based voting system in place with the 𝗕𝗓𝗪𝗓, which suggests new initiatives for the 𝗕𝗓𝗪𝗓 ecosystem. This is fantastic. I do think this is what's really going to help keep the project alive, you know, push forward. So what do we need to know about the world of 𝗕𝗓𝗪𝗓? What are 𝗕𝗓𝗪𝗓 NFTs? Well, there will be over 150 alien-like fictional characters. So obviously we've seen this with the likes of the 𝗕𝗓𝗪𝗓. You will be able to go through and see all of the different characters, creatures or whatever, which will be a part of the 𝗕𝗓𝗪𝗓 world. 𝗕𝗓𝗪𝗓s are collectible NFTs, and each creature has its own synergies or affinities that give them strengths and weaknesses against certain characters. So they're actually discussing this itself, like Pokemon. 𝗕𝗓𝗪𝗓s can be used in Arena and Overworld, so obviously you will see the likes of the battles and such going on. So what I can really take of this, even just reading through this, guys, it's going to be a very immersive, battle-like, engaging game. I think this is going to go and do extraordinarily well. But not every 𝗕𝗓𝗪𝗓 NFT is an 𝗕𝗓𝗪𝗓. The team has also released emote NFTs, drone skins and game badges, to name a few. The 𝗕𝗓𝗪𝗓 team is also selling virtual land NFTs through its marketplace, the 𝗕𝗓𝗪𝗓, to play zero. So much like other games we have seen in the space, like of 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗧, the Sandbox, Decentraland, you can buy land for in the game. So I do think, you know, it's kind of covering all bases here. The 𝗕𝗓𝗪𝗓 token, the ERC20 ILV token, is 𝗕𝗓𝗪𝗓's cryptocurrency and its governance token. ILV is used to reward players in 𝗕𝗓𝗪𝗓's various games. It is also a token used by the 𝗕𝗓𝗪𝗓 DAO as a voting chip. ILV can also be staked for rewards. So you can play the game, you can earn ILV, you can use it to vote, but crucially, the one I like the most is you can stake your 𝗕𝗓𝗪𝗓. So not only can you play this, earn 𝗕𝗓𝗪𝗓 as a token, whilst you're playing it, you don't want to buy, you don't want to sell, you don't want to use your ILV, well, you can simply stake it and earn more. So how does the 𝗕𝗓𝗪𝗓 DAO work? 𝗕𝗓𝗪𝗓 has a token-based decentralized online community, or a DAO. This is called the 𝗕𝗓𝗪𝗓 governance, with roughly 4,400 members, according to the DAO's website. Within 𝗕𝗓𝗪𝗓 DAO, there are 5 different sub-councils: the main council, the game council, the strategy council, marketing council, and lastly, the community council. Each of the council's members can vote on various proposals and help improve 𝗕𝗓𝗪𝗓 ecosystem ecosystem, from technical changes to sale proposals to player versus player tournaments. So everything is going to be controlled through the community, and I think this is the best way forward for a metaverse game. Why does Illuvium use Immutable X? According to the 2022 blog post, Illuvium uses Immutable X because Immutable's blockchain allows for off-chain NFT minting, and Immutable's IMX token is not required for the transactions. Immutable X also gives Illuvium the ability to offer more gasless or transaction fee activities, meaning the players will not be forced to sign with their crypto wallets for every change made to their NFT collections. I think this is huge. Keeping the game, simple, safe, easy to play, easy to interact with. The Illuvium game, I do think, is going to be one of the top, if not potentially the top game. Going forward, we obviously talk regularly about the likes of Sandbox, Decentraland, 𝗕𝗃𝗪𝗧𝗧, all going to be fantastic games. But when we look at the gameplay for Illuvium within itself, I think this has really got the potential to push on. It has so many characteristics it's really pushing forward to, with the likes of the sci-fi, the open world, the Pokemon-like characters. Guys, let me know your thoughts on Illuvium going forward. Are you excited to play this game? Is this just something you're not interested in at all and you never want to hear us talk about it again? Because obviously that's crucial to know what you guys want to know. But the game in itself, I'm genuinely looking forward to playing this one. I cannot wait to get my hands on it. Yes, there is now the early access. I might actually look at doing that over the course of the coming weekend, see if we can get involved with some of the early access for Illuvium. But we do look at the chart for Illuvium, but we can see, yes, the last year was a rough one for Illuvium. We can see, I do think it was roughly 98% pullback, 98.05% pullback in price. We obviously can take into note the all-time high for Illuvium up at $1,930. Obviously, it will do phenomenally well to actually see this kind of price again. This is not a target I have in mind. When we do consider the moves we have seen coming down, coming all the way down to $37.70, we could be revisiting some way towards the all-time high, but I don't think this all-time high should be the target area. Most interestingly for me would have been this area here, and we have obviously most recently seen the price come back up and test out this area for Illuvium. So we can have different areas, we could be looking at as support and resistance going forward, but really looking at the way the moves have played out, we could drop us down onto the lower time frame, take it down onto the daily. But we have seen obviously a fantastic run to the upside. We've actually seen a couple, let's be honest here. We could take this first one here, where we have seen a 223% push to the upside, this obviously being the most recent, and the one before that we can obviously see we had a 185% move to the upside. Overall, this does look to have completed out a bigger A, B and C structure, and it is obviously looking for a bit of a correction in its current movements. Now, these current moves in themselves, it does look to be contracting on its way down here. We have got this level of lower support. We can see, the three touch points that we do have going on here. If we just really open this up onto the screen for you. Now, most recently we have seen the touch point here on this daily chart yesterday. We did see the price drop it down to a low of $75 exactly. Now, previous to that, we can take a note that they do drop down here on the 3rd of January, coming down to $75.56. Then we can obviously see the origin of this kind of move to the downside, the 14th of November at $79.11. So we can see we are testing or riding this lower end, kind of finding it as support. This may continue for a little while longer. We could actually be looking for this next push to the upside to test out this upper line, where of course we have had a couple of test points. Most recently we had it on the 26th and the 25th of December, around about $110 area. Then previous to there, we had this upper touch on the 12th of December, where we did of course see the price up at $116, with this obviously originating at the high we do have here of $123. So what we are, fundamentally looking at here for its price action is the price, really ranging on this move to the downside, setting lower highs, setting well, it is technically setting lower lows. We could be looking for this one to push back up one more time, perhaps coming back down one more time. But ultimately, I do think that next, move is to the upside in time for Illuvium. I just don't think it's ready to happen just yet. But my overall opinion, my overarching opinion is when we look at the price action here, when we do see this game launch, we see it go mainstream. We see the markets as a whole on an upturn. The price of the likes of Ethereum going sky high. We will see the price of the Illuvium token within itself going sky high. Well, then I do expect to see a fantastic run to the upside for Illuvium's governance token, ILV. So guys, just a bit of a different video once again for today. Let me know your thoughts on this style of video in the comments down below. I will leave that one there. Guys, if you're going to trade, please do trade safely. Have a nice tight stop loss. Make some great gains. Stay safe in the space. And until next time, have a very nice day.